As I sit at my desk, the weight of my years in the force bearing down on me, the memories of cases I couldn't crack seem to dance before my eyes like elusive specters. But one case in particular stands out like a thorn in my side. The murder of Laura Hellman. I can't seem to shake the feeling that I missed something, that there's a hidden truth I failed to uncover. With retirement just around the corner, the urgency to solve this case has never been greater, and I find myself reaching out for any glimmer of insight that might lead me to the elusive solution. Laura Hellman's life was a tangled web of contradictions. A recovering addict who found herself entwined in the seedy underbelly of the city's fishing wharf, she walked the thin line between a desire for redemption and the pull of her old habits. Her body had been found in her trailer, the scene a tableau of violence that hinted at a deeply personal motive. As I sift through the evidence one more time, the list of suspects looms large, each with their own motive and secrets to hide. Her mother, worn down by years of supporting Laura through her battles with addiction, had grown weary of the financial burden. To her, Laura had become more of a liability than a daughter, and the resentment had festered into something darker. The strain between them was evident, and while the weight of her mother's disappointment was palpable, could it really drive a mother to murder her own flesh and blood? Laura's best friend, Lucy, and Lucy's boyfriend, Gabe, brought their own jealousies to the mix. Laura's aspirations for a better life cast a harsh spotlight on their own lack of direction. Gabe, a low-level drug dealer with grandiose delusions, must have felt emasculated by Laura's goals. Lucy, driven by a quiet envy, might have seen Laura's determination as a threat to their own stagnant lives. But did their resentment run deep enough to fuel the flames of murder? Carson, the slimy porn producer, was known for his unsavory interest in the city's fringes. He tried to lure women from the island into his web of exploitation. Did Laura's side gig as a part-time prostitute make her a target for his sickening machinations? Could he have taken his obsession too far, crossing the line from manipulation to murder? Laura's sister, Megan, was another piece of the puzzle. A self-absorbed socialite who had distanced herself from her sister's struggles, Megan's cold demeanor hid a web of resentment. Laura's resilience in the face of adversity had always been a source of irritation for Megan. Was it possible that Megan's disdain for her sister's choices had mutated into something more sinister? Abe, Laura's boss, had more than a professional relationship with her. Their illicit affair was a closely guarded secret, known to only a few. His wife, Helen, remained oblivious to the infidelity, her naivety a stark contrast to the tangled web of secrets that surrounded Laura's life. But secrets have a way of unraveling, and the fear of exposure can drive people to extreme measures. And then there was Arthur Newman, the owner of a fishing boat, who himself was caught in a web of lust and deceit with Laura. His first mate, Ronnie, had developed an unhealthy fixation on her, bordering on stalking. Did Ronnie's obsession escalate into violence, driving him to take a life to possess the object of his desire? As I retrace my steps through the investigation, a tapestry of motives and emotions begins to take shape. The threads that bind these suspects are woven with jealousy, resentment, desire, and fear. The solution is within reach. But as the layers are peeled away, a haunting realization dawns upon me. Laura's murder was not the result of a single motive, but a convergence of motives. A perfect storm of human frailty and desperation. In my twilight years as a detective, I find myself grappling with the limits of my own understanding. Laura Hellman's murder is a testament to this complexity, a tragic reminder that even in the pursuit of justice, the answers we seek might never fully satisfy the yearning for truth. And so, I leave behind the unsolved cases with a heavy heart, knowing that the answers may forever remain just beyond my grasp. But in the end, it's the journey, the unrelenting pursuit of truth, that defines who I am as a detective. As I close this chapter of my life, I can only hope that the torch I pass on will continue to shine brightly in the hands of those who will complete my mission and give a voice to those who seek justice. I hope I can count on you. Your journey will start at the cabin. It contains pictures and biographies of each suspect, as well as reports and photos needed for your investigation. Right-click on evidence to find clues to aid in your investigation. Keep track of all evidence and find the murder of Laura Hellman.